My future wife. This voice message is just for you. Hey, I don't even know how to start this. Honestly, I've been sitting here, phone in my hand, recording this message and deleting it over and over. But this time I'm keeping it. No filters. Just me. Talking to you the way I would if you were sitting right here beside me. I know you're not here yet, or maybe you are, and we just haven't figured it out. Maybe you've walked past me 100 times. Maybe we've talked and didn't even know what this would turn into. But wherever you are, I hope this voice finds you one day, because this is a message I need to say out loud. You're not just going to be my wife, you're going to be my peace, my storm, my softness, and my strength. You'll be the one I fight for, and the one I rest with, the one I'll laugh with until we cry, and cry with until we laugh. But I'm not perfect. I won't lie to you. I've messed up. I've made choices that left me looking in the mirror, asking myself if I was even ready to love someone the right way. I've hurt people unintentionally. I've walked away from things I should have fought for, and some days I've been hard to love, even for myself. But I've been working on me, for you, because I don't want to show up in your life half prepared. I don't want to love you with broken pieces and empty promises. I want to be solid when I come to you. Not perfect, just honest. I want to be the one who makes you feel safe in a world that never shuts up. I want to be your calm when your thoughts are loud. I want to understand your silence, not get scared by it. I want to be patient when you pull away and steady when you return. I want to learn every version of you, even the ones you hide from the world. And when I say wife, I don't mean someone who cooks, cleans, smiles and nods. I mean a partner, a voice, a fire, a best friend, a woman with her own mind, her own dreams, her own light, one I'll never try to dim, only protect. So this voice message, it's not a fairy tale. It's a promise that when I find you, or maybe when I realize it's you, I'm showing up for real. No games, no back and forth. Just two people building something that no storm can shake. I don't care what your past looks like. I don't care how many times your heart's been broken. I don't care who told you that you're too much or not enough. They don't know what I know. You're exactly who I've been waiting for. I thought a lot before recording this second part. Not because I didn't know what to say, but because there's so much I want to get right. You deserve that. Not just love that shows up in flowers or texts, but love that pays attention. Love that listens, remembers, and grows with you. So, I want to talk about the ordinary days, because I know we'll have them. The quiet ones, the messy ones, the ones where nothing feels special. No birthdays, no trips, no candles, just us. Maybe in the kitchen, maybe folding laundry, maybe both of us, tired from long days we don't want to talk about. And still, I'll choose you in those moments. I'll choose you when your hair's messy and your mood's off. I'll choose you when the world outside is too much and you just need a hug without explaining why. I'll choose you when the house is silent and we're both lost in thought, but we're still sitting close, just knowing the other is there. You see, my future wife, it's not just about the big love stories. It's about the small ones too. Like the way I'll keep your tea just the way you like it. Like the way I'll rub your shoulders after a hard day, even when I'm tired. Like the way I'll defend you when you're not in the room and support you, even when we disagree. Like the way I'll learn what silence means what, when you need space, and when you need arms around you. Because love is in those tiny details. And I know you'll have scars, we all do, but I don't want to cover them up. I want to kiss them. Not to erase where you've been, but to remind you that you're safe now, that everything you've survived led you to a love that won't leave when things get uncomfortable. I know relationships aren't perfect. We'll argue, we'll misunderstand each other. There will be nights we go to bed a little distant, but no matter what, I'll show up again the next morning. That's the vow I'm making now. Even before I slide a ring on your finger, even before you know this message exists. Because my heart has already picked you, and it's preparing, not for a wedding day, but for a lifetime. Tonight I couldn't sleep. It's strange, isn't it? Talking to someone who isn't physically here yet, but somehow feels so close. I don't know where you are right now. Maybe you're still healing. Maybe you're lying in bed wondering if someone will ever love you for you, not for what you give, not for how you look, but for your soul. If that's where you are, this part is for you. I want to meet you there. Not on some stage, not after you've fixed everything, not once life is perfect. No, I want to meet you while you're still figuring things out, still growing, still doubting yourself sometimes, because I'm still growing too. And when we finally find each other, I want us to build, not just enjoy what's already done. I want to help you unpack the fears you've been carrying alone. I want to sit with you through the hard conversations, the awkward ones, the painful ones, the kind that most people avoid. You won't have to hide with me, not the past, not the triggers, not the dreams that feel too big, not the anger you've buried because you were told it wasn't ladylike. Let it out. I can handle it. Because what you feel is valid, and what you need isn't too much. You've been taught to hold back, to soften yourself to be accepted, to love in pieces, never whole. But not with me. With me, you get to take up space. All of it. Be bold. Be soft. Be angry. Be joyful. Be wild. Be still. Whatever you are, I'll still be here. Not for a chapter, but for every page, even the messy ones. You won't need to be perfect to be loved. Not in my story, not in our story, because I'm not looking for a perfect wife. I'm looking for a real one. I was sitting at a small cafe today, alone, headphones in, watching people come and go. And I kept wondering, what if you had walked past me just then? What if we crossed paths and didn't even know? What if your laughter floated through the crowd and I heard it but didn't know it belonged to the woman I've been speaking to in these voice messages? The thought gave me chills, not out of fear, but hope, because it means you're real, not some dream I made up. You're out there living your days, maybe loving others before me, maybe healing from someone who didn't see you clearly, but still becoming. And so am I. That's the beautiful part. We're both becoming. Every lesson, every heartbreak, every day we feel like we're failing. It's all shaping us into the people we need to be for each other, for forever. I don't want to meet you when everything in your life is together. I want to meet you as you are, in the middle of the rebuilding, when the foundation is still shaky, but your heart is still trying, because I'm not afraid of brokenness. I'm afraid of fakeness. And I know when we finally sit across from each other and talk, really talk, it'll feel like I've known you longer than I've been looking for you. You won't need to perform. You won't need to hide your opinions. You won't need to pretend your emotions don't run deep. You'll speak, and I'll listen. Not just to your words, but to your poses, your shifts in tone, the way your eyes soften when you speak about something you love. That's the kind of connection I want, one where we study each other like poetry, slowly, gently, repeatedly. And when you get overwhelmed by life, or people or pressure, I'll remind you that I didn't choose you because you were easy to handle. I chose you because your soul made mine sit still for the first time. This message, it's not just a hope, it's a seed, and every part of me is preparing for the day I finally look at you and say all this out loud. Tonight I imagined you walking through the door. No fancy entrance, no slow music playing in the background. Just you, tired from the day, maybe hair a little messy, holding your phone in one hand and a sigh in the other. And all I could think was, I want to be your calm after the storm. Not just the person who hugs you when you're okay, but the one who helps hold you together when you feel like falling apart. The one who doesn't ask you to smile just to make me feel better, but the one who says it's okay if today's heavy. I've got you because you're not always going to be strong. You're not always going to feel beautiful. You're not always going to know what to say. But my love for you, it won't change with the weather. And I know relationships are more than sweet words and warm hugs. There will be days we misunderstand each other. There will be moments we get it wrong, but we'll show up every time. Even if we're tired, even if we're angry, even if we need space, we'll still show up because this isn't about winning or being right. It's about us, about protecting something rare in a world that's quick to give up. I want us to have the kind of love that stays quiet when it needs to, fights fair when it must, and holds on even when it's hard. And I know one day we'll have a home, not just a house, a home, where your laughter bounces off the walls, where your slippers are always by the door, where I'll remember your favorite snack and you'll remember the way I like my coffee, where your moods are safe, your dreams are fed, and your name is never spoken with anything less than tenderness. I'm not rushing to find you because I want to do this right. When we find each other, it's not going to be perfect, but it will be ours.